Before you start your driving lesson, you have to adjust the seat and then the mirrors. And now I will show you how to do it properly. Let's get inside the car. The first thing I'll do is adjust the seat. Now, as you can see here, my foot is far from the pedal and my leg is straightened. We know that we're sitting correctly if we have a small bend in the knee. So I'll start pushing the seat forward. This feels more correct. And as you can see, I have a small bend in the knee now. Second thing we have to adjust is the seat posture. I'm not allowed to sit far away from the steering wheel because that will be uncomfortable. I'll start adjusting the posture with the button here. Here. You can see the steering wheel is below my wrist. That means I have the correct length to the steering wheel. The next thing I will adjust is the rear window mirror. Now I'll use both my hands to position it correctly. I'm supposed to see the whole rear window in this mirror without moving my neck. Last thing that I need to adjust is the side mirrors. Now we have two side mirrors. We have one on the left side and we have one on the right side. I'll choose the left one first and then I'll use the indicators to correct the positioning. Once I've done that, I'll use the right mirror and do the same thing. We don't need to see the whole car in the side mirrors. We're only supposed to see the back door handle. Everything is adjusted now. Remember the most important thing, which is the seat belt. Now we're ready to drive. So right now we're standing on the side and we have to start the car. So before we start the car, we have to make some observations and then we have to indicate. So I'll start doing off my observation, which is mirror, mirror, shoulder, and then I have to indicate. So right now there's coming a car on my left side, so I'll just wait a few seconds. I can see the road is almost clear now, so I'll make my observations, indicate, and then I'll set off. Now it's really important that I increase the speed rapidly so we don't hesitate. So the speed limit here is 15 and I'll be as close to 50 as possible. There's some obstacles in front of me. I will go slightly to the right and I'll decrease the speed to around 35. Now I'll come back in the middle and I'll increase the speed to 50 again. So when you're driving in a lane, it's really important that you stay in the middle of the lane. In the beginning, that can be difficult. So I have a small hack for you. If you think of your right leg, if your right leg is being in the middle of the lane, then the car will automatically be in the middle of the lane. Once you get more experience, you can use the side mirrors to position your car. There are many ways that we can detect a merge. Right now we're driving on a lane with two lanes. And you can see the one in front of us turning into a right lane. So that means I have a merge here. I'll make my observation, switch to the left. The way that I saw there was a merge was by looking at the road markings. The road markings disappeared before the two lanes merged. If the lane markings continued to where the lanes divided, then it would have been a lane change. In this road, there are two lanes, but I can see in front of me that the road is narrowing. So that means either there's a merge or I have to drive by the lane changing rule. You can see that the lines are disappearing. So I'll make my observation and then I'll go into the middle and we just made a merge. So in front of us, we can see that there's a merge. We can see it on the blue sign. Our lane is merging into the right lane. So I'll make an observation, mirror, mirror, shoulder, and then I go slowly into the middle. So now we completed a merge. We can see in front of us that we have a lane change. So we'll have to make an observation, change lane, and then proceed. So it's not mandatory to indicate that we are switching a lane here. It's only mandatory on the highway. But if there were a lot of traffic, I would use the signal to show them that I'm switching lane. So the car behind me wouldn't get a sudden surprise. Here we have an orientation board that shows us if we have to go straight, we have to go to the middle. It's really important that we drive according to the speed signs, unless the surroundings disturb us. So in front of us, we can see the sign for driving inside build-up area, that means I have to drive 50. So I'll slowly increase the speed to 50 and try to maintain the speed at 50. We're not allowed to go too fast or too slow. So in front of me, I can see a sign that's showing me I'm driving outside build-up area. Now the speed outside the build-up area is 80. So I'll just increase my speed slowly to 80. Sometimes it can be difficult to maintain the speed at exact 80. So we're allowed to drive ±2. So if I'm driving between 78 and 82, it won't be an issue. On our right side, we can see a sign that is showing us there's an obstacle in the middle that we have to maneuver around. So I'm driving 50 because there's a build-up area. So once I get close to the obstacle, I'll let go of the speed and the car will slowly decrease the speed. So once I'm around the obstacle, I'll start to increase the speed to 50 again. You just saw the guys walking in front of us. Even though they had a red light, we couldn't do anything. We'll just have to wait until they pass the road. And there's no reason to get mad or angry because the situation is what the situation is. So it's better to just stay calm and let the situation pass and then continue. So whenever you have to stop, it's really important that you make an observation, indicate to the right and go as close to the curb as possible, and then make your stop. The reason why we made an observation was because we closed the gap between the road and the curb. So we were looking for cyclists. We just found out that we went in the wrong direction. So I'll show you guys how to make a proper U-turn. I go in the lane as I will make a left turn, and I'll turn the steering wheel all the way to the left. Then I'll wait until the traffic is gone right here, and then I'll make my U-turn and straighten up the car fast and stay in the middle of my own lane. And that's how you make a U-turn.